Hello everyone, my name is Ben Schultz. I will be your teacher today. We'll take a quick look at India, get to know a little bit about the culture, the food, and some of the landmarks, just to give you a basic idea of what India is like and what they have in the country. Let's get started. Without further ado, namaste. Let's watch a brief video to get a closer and a deeper idea of what India is like.
Goodness unlimited, a place whose beauty uncharted, joy unbounded, blessings freely granted, fun and fulfillment, living in the moment. You and I meet each other, caring for one another. Hey, look around, hear the sound playing for you. Welcome to India. Welcome to India. To India is where it all started. Welcome to India, the trip you always wanted.
I don't know about you, but I want to take a quick trip to India to go see all that cool stuff they just showed. Let's continue. Whoops. Okay, so once again, India, as you probably saw from the video, is a very vibrant land of culture and traditions. Let's take a closer look at some of these traditions and cultures. However, before we do that, we're going to take a quick look at some of the geography of India, okay? So let me get my pointer here. So you can probably see here. So the subcontinent of India lies in South Asia between Pakistan, China, and Nepal. As you can see right here, Nepal, China right there. So this is India right here, right? Okay. Himalayas in the north. Himalayas are here. Okay. World's tallest mountain chain is also there in the Himalayas. There are 29 states, 5 union territories, as you can probably see here. Okay. There's the Arabian Sea on the west, right over there, and the Indian Ocean to the south, right there. Okay. Now, moving on to the Indian flag. I'm sure most of you have seen this and are probably familiar with it, but have you ever thought about the colors and what they mean? So let's take a look here. The orange, or as you can also say saffron, means courage and sacrifice. The white in the middle means truth and purity. And the last color, green, means peace and prosperity. These three colors are they are values that the Indian people, or the Hindus, they uphold a lot. Okay? Now, what about this circular thing in the middle here? The Ashok Chakra, wheel of law, represents laws of Dharma. Probably said that wrong, but basically it means righteousness, and that's definitely what India, they try their best to uphold, righteousness through the law and all that. Let's continue. So India at a glance, okay? So it has a parliamentary form of government. It has a secular democratic constitution. It's one of the biggest democracies in the world. It's largest. It's 65 years and growing. India has the fourth largest economy. The GDP is $2.3 trillion, which is significant. And that's why it's in the fourth place. It has one of the fastest growing IT industries and is becoming an IT superpower as we speak right now. The Indian Railways are one of the most employed, or they employ one of the most amount of people in the world. So they're the biggest employer, as the slide says itself. India's weather. Let's take a look here. I think you might have heard our school announcement on the school PA. That's totally fine. Let's continue. So the tropical climate is in India. Basically, India is a tropical climate with 3 seasons, okay? They're similar to Taiwan. October to March is cool, 24 degrees to 25, which is close to Taiwan, a little cool actually in Taiwan, and it's dry, which is better because it's a lot more humid in Taiwan. April and May is hot from 20 degrees to 31 degrees. It's also dry, which is still better than Taiwan, I think, even though its temperature is similar. June to September is also hot, 27 to 31 Celsius, and it's very wet due to the monsoon season. The monsoon season brings lots of rain in India and also lots of wind. In Taiwan, we get some rain around, I think, March to April, but definitely not that much wind. There are some winds, but not nearly as much. Moving on. So the national symbols of India, there are 4. Let's take a look at this guy on the left. So we have 4 lions here, okay? The 4 lions over here, and under the lions, okay, there are 4 animals basically. You can see here. You have the circle, the chakras, I think, and on the left and the right, there are different animals. We have a lion, a horse, and a cow, okay, and an elephant. Sorry, I almost forgot an elephant there, and an elephant, okay. And below that, I believe in Hindi, it's inscribed, only truth prevails, or only truth will win. I don't know the original text or what it sounds like in Hindi, but that's what it means. And that does sound right. Only truth prevails. The second we have is the national bird, which is a peacock. Beautiful bird, majestic. Same thing with the tiger. Powerful, majestic. And the national flower is lotus, which also is beautiful, symbolizes a lot of great things. Once again, as we mentioned before, India is a very diverse country. The landscapes you can see on the left, there are mountains, there are seas, lakes. Those are more savannas, and there's also, maybe not savanna, those are mountains too, but they're green mountains, not Himalaya, snow-cold, snowy mountains. Deserts, and on the right there's also more deserts of Rajasthan. Okay. India has lots of religions, as a matter of fact. As you see here, kind of cute. Indian here, and you can see the Indian. These are all different religions: Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, Sikhism, Islam, and Christianity. Okay, so once again, very diverse. Indian festivals. Okay, let's take a look here. Some of the festivals in India, and these festivals. Let's actually look at the next slide because it has a lot to do with religion, as it says here. There are over 65 festivals celebrated annually, depending on the religion in India. So tons of festivities going on throughout the year. Okay, here's a glimpse of one. This one is Diwali, the Festival of Lights. It's similar to Taiwan when you guys do the Danglong and all that, Tiandeng. Okay, symbolizing new rebirth, something new. Okay, and once again, it's gorgeous. Very different style than Taiwan, but once again, gorgeous. The next activity, I believe, that accompanies this is you all are going to actually quickly draw a lamp or a light of some sort for Diwali, or the Festival of Lights. There's a video. I'm going to play a little bit of it, but then I'll stop it. So the teacher or instructor, whoever is instructing you, they can pause and play any other music they want at will, and they can expand the time needed for this next activity, or they can cut it short as they see fit. Gonna pause it there. So once again, follow your instructor or your teacher with what they ask you to do. Here's another festival that you guys probably have heard of, or probably seen definitely on the news or online. It's a festival of colors, also known as Holi. Okay, not a color run. We got color runs in Taiwan, but it's vastly different. Okay, basically you put colors on everyone. Once again, to symbolize new, rebirth, something new that's happening. Basically, and also getting rid of the bad. I guess in Taiwan you could say 象征除岁, something like that. Okay, getting rid of the bad stuff, new stuff coming in. And as we mentioned before, there are a lot of festivals. We're not going to go through 65, that's for sure. We only did 2. There's 63. We're not going to continue going through festivals. But once again, here are some images of some of the festivals. Feel free to look them up yourself online or spend some time going through YouTube. You can get quite a lot or get a good idea of what festivals go on in India through the internet. Moving on to cuisine. India is also known for its cuisine. It has tons and tons of great food. I can't speak for all the food in India, but there is a lot of great food. The naans, the curry, that's really all I had. If you guys are interested in Indian cuisine, there's a shop in Taichung. It's called Ganga, or Ganga in English. It should be on Wenxinglu. I believe it's still open, even though after COVID, but they have great and amazing Indian food, which I highly recommend you go check out. Ganga, or Ganga. Okay, and that's it for the food because I honestly am not a professional. Feel free to look up some stuff on your own time. So we mentioned India has lots of, the landforms are unique. There's also a lot of cool places. There's Taj Mahal, there's the India Gate, and I'm going to butcher the name, but please bear with me. I think it's Charapunji. It's a waterfall. Okay, feel free to look those up. Indian clothing also is it's very diverse, depending on the location you live in India and the religion you believe in, and the clothing will change depending on those factors. Once again, one thing you probably notice is most Indian clothing is very vibrant, rich in colors, which I personally like. I think it's great for photography. But yeah, back to cuisine, just a quick snippet. One traditional type of food in India is served on a banana leaf like this. You can see you have rice and other food that accompanies it. You can use your right hand to grab some rice, some other stuff, and enjoy it. Kind of cool. Actually, it's really cool. Indian classical music in India is, once again, drastically different from what the world knows. Or I guess in traditional terms, it's still drastically different than traditional European or Northern American or maybe even Southern American music. If you look at the instruments and especially the timbre, I'm sure most people will notice the difference when they hear the, forgive me for the lack of the term, but like maybe an Indian drum or a guitar. You'll know it's different than the majority of musicians or the instruments out there. Indian dances also, I'm sure you've heard and probably seen some of it. Here are some of the traditional Indian dances. I'm not going to go into detail, but once again, I'll try to say some of them. The Bharata Natyam, the Kathakali, the Kuchipudi, and the Odissi. I'm not going to read the rest, but you get the idea. These are 7. Okay? Kind of cool. Actually, once again, I don't say kind of, but it's actually really cool. Check them out. Some other famous places: Mount Kailash, the Himalayas, Ladakh Lake in Kashmir, Taj Mahal in Agra. Okay, India Gate, New Delhi, Lotus Temple in Delhi, the Golden Temple are Amritsar, Punjab. Okay, Meenakshi Temple, Madurai, God's own country in Kerala, and the Charminar in Hyderabad. Some other places are famous places in the west: the Ajanta and Ellora Caves, Western Thar Desert, the Hawa Mahal Palace of, what is it? Yeah, okay, in Japan. Some other famous places, which once again, I'm going to skip to the last one due to time, but there's Bollywood, which you probably heard of, the Indian Hollywood. Once again, we're coming to an end here. Once again, the Taj Mahal, check it out and check why it was built. Some of you, I believe you were quizzed on this by our history teacher, but make sure you know who built it and why they built it, okay? India's education is growing faster than ever. Once again, there are 4,000 engineering colleges in India, 713 universities, 263 business schools, and 381 medical colleges in India as of right now. And that number continues to grow. Indian students are fascinating. They're super intelligent, extremely smart. Really, they are. I'm sure you guys heard and come across some of them. Great students. And that actually brings us to an end of our presentation. The Hayanwan, I probably messed that up too, but that means thank you in Hindi. So everybody, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this class. Please feel free to ask your teacher any more questions and use your time to look, if you have free time, use your time to look up any of the places, food, or dances, or cultural practices that we talked about India in your spare time. Have a good one. Bye.